All right, so for the first time in our 10 years as manager of Golden Eagles, we're going to hear that sweet, sweet Champions League music for the first time. Start of season 10, transfer special. I'm going to be honest, it's not that special, but we kept hold of Signorelli, and that's all we need going forward into this Champions League season. Let's get into it. Smash a like on today's video. That'd be muchly appreciated. We're going to start with an away tie at Shakhtar Donetsk to kick off our Champions League campaign. Let's go. Little heads up. I've tweaked something in the in-game editor. Absolute disgrace, I know, but I will explain it. Basically, our stadium had an issue for European games because it wasn't all seated. We have an average attendance. That's our attendance right there, 12,092. That's our capacity. 9,000 of that was seated. The other 3,000 wasn't. Now, during European games, 3,000, literally this stand right here is always closed because it's not seating. We've been in Europe now regularly over the last 4 or 5 years. I tried to even get a new stadium. The board said no. So what I have done is I've gone into the editor. I've made a change. So I went in here. Where is it? Facilities. I just put it was 12,092 the capacity, and I've just changed it to 12,092. From that as well, I did take £2.5 million out of our budget just to give us a little bit of a real feel. But I did think it was kind of realistic and necessary for this save now that we're in Champions League. A bit annoying that you can't ask for that, or the board haven't seen sense to change that when we're losing sort of like 3,000 tickets sales every single European game. All right, so Signorelli is still here. No contract. He is valued at £66 million. That is his minimum release clause. Still a year and a half left on his deal. Well, pretty much 2 years left on his deal. So we're going to leave it at that for now. Transfer-wise, it has been a tricky one, but I'm kind of happy with it. We have made an absolute shocking start to the league season, which has piled on the pressure a little bit. But just with what we had and what level we're at, we're now up to 38th in the European coefficient. So there's even a chance we could get above Germany this season if our clubs have a really good season in Europe. So the pressure is on a little bit. But we're just not quite there in getting that next level player. It's normally the wages that are a problem. Romeo Lavia, the Southampton holding midfielder, was available. He wanted to speak to us, but he wanted 100 grand and we have about 27 grand. So, yeah, there was a few players like that we could have potentially got our hands on, freebies around that like late 20s, early 30s. That would have helped us a little bit. But it was going against my transfer policy a little bit, but I would have made an exception for Lavia, but he did choose Newcastle in the end. Now, we have made a couple of Dutch transfers. Our Dutch squad was getting a little bit, numbers were kind of getting a little bit low again, as it always does after we've signed a few players and then we realise that we haven't actually played them. So I brought in Jasper Vermeer. He was part of an Excelsior side that was in the Eredivisie last season and got relegated. He's only 21 years old. Good technical profile, left and right footed, both very strong. Decent physicals, technicals not great. I'm finding a lot of that with these fullbacks, that their technicals are not great. But a backup wing back on that left-hand side. He's Dutch, he can play either side. He can even do a job for us in holding midfield as well. And actually quite a decent one, a 2.5 star there. So could probably sit in front of the back 4, 5 even. And the other one we've brought in is Joop Mullenstein. Now, I did see him a couple of years ago. He came through when I was looking for a young goalkeeper, and we decided not to pay for him. But I think because Heerenveen actually got relegated, we have made an offer of 1.3 million. He is my backup keeper. Also, with his age, he may also potentially end up being trained at the club. And yeah, we just need to give him enough games so he constantly stays happy to be a backup. We've still got Jovovic as our number one. So 2 Dutch goalkeepers helped us a little bit with squad registration rules for the Champions League. On the outs, early doors, there is players like Vermeulen, who played a very little bit. Boliza has gone back to Ukraine. Dynamo Kiev let him go on a free. It's to be fair, he's kind of pretty good, but he was second choice. And he didn't have a real great, 6 assists. He played 25 games at left wing back, 32 in all comps the season before, and didn't get actually a goal or assist. Yeah, so that's one of the main reasons. Rataj has gone as well. Youngster that kind of showed promise. We thought we'd end up actually getting a fair bit of money for him, and he didn't. Hasn't kicked on. He had a couple of loan spells as well and didn't really do anything. Thiago Land, one of the young holding midfielders that I think we got from Ajax, actually really good. I wanted to keep him, but he had no interest in staying. We just don't play him enough. But I would have probably used him a little bit more with the Champions League sort of like games coming up. And we've managed to make some money. Thomas Medina was in for a season or 2 seasons. Quite good technically. He just doesn't fit our squad profile anymore. We got £4 million for him. He was high on wages as well. He was on about 18 grand a week. So that's been a big profit for us. On the ins, early doors, we've brought in Wilbert de Koning, a left-sided or left fullback, left wing-back. Very good physically. Not the biggest. Not great technically either, but he has got passes of 10. Heading's poor, but he's more for us when we're dominating games. A little bit of a rotation option as well, on loan from Ajax. We've brought in a 36-year-old because we were really struggling. I didn't want to spend money for the sake of it, and to add with a little bit of squad depth, I do actually really like him in FM. The only problem is we're now, 10 years into FM, so he's 36 instead of 26, but he's still got pace of 10, which is okay. He's got a fantastic long throw, good mentals, good technicals. He'll be a little bit of a backup for us. Coming off the bench, European games potentially, depending on where we end up with that. And the last one is Enrique Ceballos. I was really excited about him, and he's had an absolute shocker so far. Kind of like a box-to-box central midfielder on attack. He needs to work on some of these technicals up here, but good physically, good mentally. 22-year-old Colombian. We picked him up for £2.2 million, and look at his value, absolutely skyrocketed. So I feel like we need to give him a little bit of game time this year, just to improve the chance of us basically making some money out of him. And then on the outs, Sky, Vink. I didn't really want him to go, but now we're only playing 2 up front. It kind of makes sense. He wanted to leave anyway. Requested to be transfer listed. Look, he played 2 seasons for us. He did all right first season, barely played second season. And then we've got a nice little profit as well. That raises up to 7 million, which we should get. Christian Gravenson as well, a player that we've actually lost on. We spent 1.6 million for him early doors. Couldn't get him in, shoehorn him in because of other players we bought that season. And then he's just not kicked on. And a poor spell at Heerenveen when, to be fair, they got relegated as well. So he's gone back to Midtjylland. They've made a nice little profit on him there, but he's out the door. He was never going to feature. And to be fair, just looking at it, headed 15, tackling 16, marking 12, passing 11, 6'4" with decent physicals. We maybe should have kept him. But anyway, he's gone. He was kind of in our reserves. It's another squad place freed up. Now, the start of the season, our pre-season was tremendous, including beating Club Brugge 7-0. We then had a 2-1 home defeat to Zwolle. They scored in the 90th minute. We went 1-0 up. We absolutely battered them, I think. We did. They had 5 shots, 3 on target, managed to score with both. We had 20 shots on target, 10, XG of 1.83, and we got done. We then got done by AZ Alkmaar, which is a tricky one because they were challenging us until they fell off the cliff, remember last season, in terms of Champions League. They kind of edged it on the XG, but it is that big chance, look, that big chance that they scored with, that was the difference. We bounced back a little bit. We managed to pick up a win. It was helped a little bit that they had a man sent off after 8 minutes, but we've absolutely dominated there. 3 goals still. XG, we're underperforming on XG, which is a worry when we've got superb strikers up there. And then we've just gone to Ado Den Haag, put Malambo in to give him some game time, and he got sent off after 7 minutes with a 2-footed tackle. So that made it very difficult. We didn't actually play that bad. We didn't create anything. They didn't create a great deal, only 2 on target with their 14, but they probably deserved it in the end. So that has left us with 15th, and the board not entirely happy, which I think, bearing in mind the 10-year service, to be fair, B- and a B-, so we're not too bad. I think they were like on C's. We are in the Champions League. We got all the way through to the Champions League group stage. There was no qualifier, even though it says we were supposed to play qualifiers. We've actually ended up straight going into the group stage, which is pretty good. There you go. There is some big-ass teams, which you'd expect. So I think for us, can we get into the top 24? If we get into the top 24, that'll give us some more knockout money. Our games, that we've been given aren't actually that bad. Shakhtar away, Porto away, Real Madrid at home, so yeah, Dortmund away, Hoffenheim and Benfica at home, Juventus away, and Leverkusen at home. So I think there's potential to get potential points in the first couple of games. Hoffenheim at home, Benfica at home, and Leverkusen at home as well. So we might You never know. I don't know. We've just got beat to Den Haag, so the chances of us getting anything from Champions League is maybe a little bit smaller. But I don't know. I think the draw could have been a lot harsher than it actually was. So fingers crossed, we could start well today against Shakhtar, who are 34th. Obviously, they will not be amazing in the game. So a chance for us potentially to pick up some points. All right? So this is kind of the system we've been going with. We did have a register, and I've just swapped it onto a deep line playmaker on defend. We did have a box-to-box midfielder in there, and I've gone on to a Mazzala just to help with. We never quite got, like, Ceballos can kind of do it, that box-to-box midfielder, but I wanted a really big aggressive 8. I thought Costa would be the man, and he hasn't done it yet. And I am kind of hoping that with his 17 vision, his 15 passing, that he's probably better off in here. But my other option is we're kind of playing Bazacic in here. We have got, not so much Leo Kennedy, it is Leverkic, but this guy, Lars Joran Stockhold Vigorido, has kind of become a bit of a bit part play for us. And I think he's going to be important. He is still young again. How old is he? He's only 24. I feel like maybe moving Costa into there, and then moving Bazacic into there, and then moving Stockhold Vigorolder in there. Riches has done really well. Williams has done really well. We are going to go with, we've got Mbongu injured. So Vermeer, the youngster, he's going to have to play on that left-hand side. We've managed to keep hold of Rodriguez, which is really good. He is wanted, but he is off the transfer list. He has still got a release clause of 15 million. But I just thought we'd just play a little bit. Same with Signorelli. We're going to play through till Christmas, see what the situation is, and offer him out probably around Christmas Day if he's not willing to sign a new deal. Lazao has started shockingly badly. No goals in his first 4 starts. And we have got Bogende, who is still transfer listed, still required. I was hoping he would change his mind. Yeah. We're going to go with Lazao. We're going to go with Signorelli. Mazambo, Costa, Bazacic. That's probably our best 3. This guy, Lima, I thought was actually really going to kick on, and he hasn't. He's okay. He's good. He's really good technically. So there's another option. He could maybe play in there as the Mazzala, drop Bazacic back. Yeah, we've got options, which is good. We've still got Ravasio, who is angry because I couldn't do the squad registration for the Champions League. So he is understandably unhappy. So we may look at even selling him because he doesn't fit 5'11". It doesn't fit the physical profile we need up there. He's got 16 pace, but we've still got Fofana, but we've also got Uros Kulsa, that Slovenian. Yeah, he's Slovenian. To be fair, he's much of the same. So we'll see. We'll see where that ends up. But I'm quite happy with how the squad is. I'm quite happy that, the finances as well are good. We've just been given about £12 million for the group stage of the Champions League. So we've got money in there. We only had we've spent about a couple of million net spend, which is really good. Obviously, the stadium. Made some adjustments to the youth recruitment as well. I keep asking all the time because we're not really spending much on transfer fees at the moment. If I just go back onto the club. So this is a good thing with the skin. Does your starting 11, that has your board confidence facilities. So these were all like 10s. Look at our youth recruitment now. We're now up to 20 in terms of youth recruitment. I've also tried to change some of the youth coaches as well. I am going to have probably a deeper dive in that and see what we can get in better at all levels. Head of youth from development, under 18s manager probably needs to go clear out that, make it as best as we possibly can in the reserves, in the youth team, because we need some more players coming through the door. Our hot prospect, recognised by the game, is also the guy that we've just signed in the summer. Have we got a great deal? Potential. Andy Huswald is probably one that we maybe need. Pace 15, passing 15, vision 7. So he's going to be probably a Mazzala, would you say? Probably a Mazzala. Central midfielder on attack as well, potentially, if we can get these levels up. He's only 5'3", but he's only 18 years old. Tell you what, I'm just going to offer him a contract right now because I've just realised it does. I don't want him to go out on loan. It does end at the end of the season. 5-year deal, done. We've got a striker here who's got 16 finishing, but yeah, he's not going to be quite. He's only 16 to be fair. So that's the under 18s. The reserves, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So We just haven't had great youth intake since we've kind of progressed a little bit. We've now been a top 5 club in the division in Holland. We need a little bit more from our youth intake. Right, so here we go. Jovovic, Riches, Vigorido, Williams, Vermeer, Bazicic. Costa, interesting. He can actually play rated 3-star to play on that left-hand side. Something might happen. Rodriguez, Mozambo, who looks really good and he's going to probably be our key player, I think, this year. I think he's definitely going to improve on those numbers. And Lazao, Signorelli up front. Shakhtar Donetsk, we're going to hear that sweet, sweet music. We said when FM23 dropped and we saw the underwhelming key headline features, whatever they wanted to call them. And the first thing I thought of when I saw this one was, yeah, we could, that first time you hear that Champions League music with that club that you've built up. Bearing in mind, it's taken longer than what I thought, but that's just how we roll, and the possession-based has kind of not helped us a little bit, but we're here in the Champions League. I think in real life, Go Ahead Eagle fans would take that, wouldn't they? 10 years' time, European Conference League final, and now Champions League football. Okay, they're playing the 3. We're going to savour this. Here we go. Right, come on the boys. I don't know where we're going to be. And also we haven't really played big teams in European games. Right, here we go. First highlight. Oh, we're in. Signorelli! A dream start. I don't think we could have asked for anything better. And he's managed to get a goal. He's dinked the keeper. His valuation is going to shoot up. We're 1-0 up. How can that... Oh, goal line technology. It's way over the line. Give over. What a start for us. 8 minutes gone. Gifted the lead. If we can, get a few points away from home, and then those home games, Benfica, Hoffenheim potentially, Leverkusen, you never know, we might be able to get into that knockout stage, which for us will be good for reputation, good for the coefficient as well, for the Eredivisie, and good financially for us, because I imagine that qualifying out the group is worth a lot more. And then obviously each win, we're looking at a few million, aren't we? We're getting a bit carried away. But we could be in here. Come on, Lazao. Oh, he hasn't got the pace, has he? He shot from distance. He kind of realised he wasn't going to beat, so he decided to shoot. Okay, but so far, so good. Right, Bazicic. I think he might be really good in that holding midfield role, you know. And we've got squad options as well. We're quite good. The squad's small, but we've got so many players that can play in 2 and 3 different positions. Costa being one. Vermeer's got lucky. Switched it in. That's nice. We've lost it though. That was a dangerous ball. We've won it back though. Costa, Williams, Vigorido, Riches. Knocking it, we're keeping it. Dominating the ball. Nice. Nice. Lazao dropping off that target forward. One of my favourite roles. That is a wonderful bloody goal. And the referee, has he killed us? Has he killed us? I thought it was onside. It is onside. Get in. 2-0. Lovely football. Lazao. That target forward on attack drops into brilliant areas. Signorelli. Through the legs of the goalkeeper. Shakhtar Donetsk 0. Go Ahead Eagles 2. What a dream opening half an hour. Right, just before half time, I'm going to give it a little praise because I didn't do it after the second goal. We're winning high as well. I've allowed that Mazzala just to be a little bit more aggressive because what I noticed with the register was he was joining the attacks, which is fine, but then it was just leaving a bit of a hole. And I'm just hoping he'll just sit in these areas here. When we're in the final third, can he just sit and hold his run a little bit? We've also got it on defend as well. And then he can help maybe recycle possession with maybe second phases of attacks and stuff, second waves. They've had a big chance, which they've just missed. Right, we've made it to half-time. Deservedly in front. They've missed that big chance towards the end. We're just going to say you're doing... Oh, please, keep it up. We've got to keep it up. Begende is always a really good option coming off the bench as well. Ramazani, the ex-Manchester United youngster with the corner. Cleared. Oh, it's come off. I think that came off Signorelli's heel. It's come off Signorelli's heel, and they're back in it at the start of the second half. One of those match engine ones looks. Oh no, was that a back heel? I think that was a back heel by Horribets. Okay, well, let Signorelli off with that. He has actually absolutely been done. Right, we'll ask for a little demand more. Vermeer is struggling. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to bring on Ceballos into there. We're going to move Costa to left wing back. And we're just going to put our wing backs on support. Okay. There's a fair few people out there that are struggling. But we'll leave it just for now. This is going to be the thing as well with Champions League games. Saturday, Wednesday, we do tend to struggle. It's not great that we're struggling in the league, so there's a little bit of pressure on to get the results. And the board wants Europa League qualification this year, which is, I think, top 4. It's 2-2. Oh, boys. After absolutely dominating the first half, we're now struggling. We're now really struggling. Right. Bagende is coming on. Going to have to bring a midfielder on. Let's bring Lima on in there to give us fresh legs. Swap them two over and let Ceballos do that late attacking run into the box. Bazicic just sit. Let's encourage. Oh, it's another highlight for them boys. Lima's won it. Are we going to break? Bazicic to Williams. He likes a dribble. He's gone for a pass though. Bagende. He's put Signorelli in. Oh, God. Oh, no, now they're in. Oh, he's getting sent off. Riches is getting sent off. Oh, we're absolutely all over the place, boys. Absolutely all over the place. Right. Bazicic could come into the back 3. Let's go that and that. Deep line playmaker on defend. A ball winner on support for Ceballos, I suppose. We're going to leave 2 up. See if we can hit on the break. Let's bring Conin on. Because Costa is absolutely dead. Okay, let's encourage. Now we're just hanging on for a point, boys. Right. Ooh, Ceballos has won it. Oh, this is why I wanted to leave 2 up. Because I thought we'd have a chance of breaking. It was a poor pass. I don't think there was much of an option on, to be fair. Just gives us the option. If we can get the ball and we can break. We've got to get it first. Traore, we're in trouble. They've got loads of bodies in the middle. No one tracked him. It's 3-2. It's Ramazani, the ex-Manchester United player. Oh. From a dream to a nightmare in what? 35 minutes? 40 minutes? 30 minutes? 32 minutes? Dear God, it's 3-2. The game has quickly drifted away from us. Disaster. No highlights after their goal as well. Oh, boys, after that first half as well. After that first half. All right, that is it. That's not what we wanted, was it? I think we were maybe getting a little bit too big for our boots early on. But we are now a Champions League football team. We need to get the Eredivisie sorted. We need to pick up some points in the Champions League. Help us with just that little bit of money. If we can make up a couple of wins, get £10 million into that bank, and it enables us to go again every single season. All right, guys, I'm going to do a little bit of stuff back in the back room in terms of staff and stuff like that. To improve our youth chances, we need to get these youngsters through. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Probably another one video back maybe Sunday morning. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. See you later.